Sawa.
Sing because I'm happy. Sing. No, nimesahau.
Nothing because you're happy.
I don't even. I'm not sure.
I
I'm
think
still happy.
someone once asked the reason why you're singing. Why do you sing?
Because I'm happy. Actually, singing just makes me happy. So
Yeah.
I literally just sing because I am happy.
Guys, did you know that every day people break up from relationships? It's an interesting discovery.
Every day.
Every day.
No day 35. And how many are getting into?
And how many? And actually, many getting like the same way people die every day. Others are being born again. Not being born again. Others are being born physically.
Even born again.
And actually born again also at that point. But some are backsliding every day.
But how many things happen every day?
Yes, what's up, people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Of course, this is MC Ron's broadcast, and this is MC Ron, your number one poetic and medical MC. And as always, I'm here with some wonderful people in my life, guys. Maestro Official. Well, this guy has a YouTube channel. He calls it Maestro Official. This guy speaks about people and debunks.
Debunk series.
I mean, and backseat as always, and
I'm choosing to remain humble.
Nice. So thank you so much. If you are a subscriber that is coming back to view our episodes, we really appreciate having you on board. And if it's your first time here, you absolutely are at the right point for your mental health, lifestyle, and love channel. We're going to explore so many things that are going to that are affecting us, that are going to be of use in our lives, even as the young people in this society. So today, guys, I have an interesting topic. One of my subscribers actually came back to me and thought it useful to speak about why do people really get into relationships? Because he thought I am a Christian and he wanted to get my view of why would I think of getting into a relationship, and these were his reasons. I believe this is very interesting. You want to hear about this. So he says, honestly, I want a close friend whom I can rely upon in every way. I mean, I also want them to rely upon me, and for that to be well-founded. That's an interesting first comment.
Rely on me.
He wants them to rely. He says, I want a close friend who I can rely upon in every way. And he says that I also want them to rely upon me, and for that to be well-founded.
Yeah, I founded that.
But I don't think you need a partner to rely on.
Is that what they said?
He said a lot of other things.
Okay.
But before we get to the other things, I think it's better if we square out this first bit. Okay, I'm not nullifying this whole statement, but I'm just getting clarity out of everything.
That's not relying on someone. And someone relying on you. It's like now you two becoming one, and I may need to understand what kind of relying. What is relying on someone?
I think this perspective was from.
Because I think you can do that with friends only. You don't need a relationship. Yeah. I have friends I rely on. I know, like when they get my call, they must get back. It's a must. No, it's not like we have sat down and say, you must get back to me. No. But they know, like this is my close friend who has called, and I was busy. They will text and say, kind of. Yeah, and it's the same thing for them when they call. I respond as fast as possible. Like you don't need to be in a relationship with someone.
So if this was one of your reasons to get into a relationship, priority number one, you can easily cancel it?
Yeah, you can cancel it.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's according to me though.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, let me get on. And he says, I like and trust myself, but another person being around does a lot to help me see things I'd miss on my own. This depends upon the person, of course, but the best people I've known help me see when I'm shooting myself in the foot, backing up the wrong trees, or tilting at windmills.
That is very good.
Yeah, very poetic. Are they single? Oh, they're single, right?
They're single right now. They're actually searching for someone.
Is it a lady or a...
This is a gent.
The gent. Wasted.
You wasted.
I need to ask for the number.
Oh, interesting.
Well, that still again goes to a friend. Most things you can do with friends. There are many reasons you can get a relationship, and this one again falls, I think, under the friendship level. Yeah, you know, there are things relying on. I feel like having having a friend, a guy friend, is
Mm.
more easier to talk to them and open up and share whatever you're going through. But a lady friend, hey, if I'm stuck on the road,
Mhm.
the last person I'll call is my girlfriend.
Mhm. Mhm.
The same way when the more we grow up, when we face some challenges along the road,
Mm.
and we can't call anybody in the family, we'll not call our moms. You call your mom, they will call you 100 times because you are trying to avoid them because they always panic. That's
Mhm.
the ladies normally panic, and they I think they take things out of proportion. So the only thing you can have is a friend. Let's
Mm.
if you call a friend, accident, no, are you okay? If you're okay, the car you can fix.
Mhm.
But these are the
And
things.
I actually think you can never trust. Can you even trust yourself that much?
So you trust yourself.
Mhm.
Kujiamini.
Mhm.
It depends. It depends with by trusting yourself in what perspective. Yeah.
Mhm.
In terms of being mature, in terms of making decisions, in terms of financials, there are things that you can say, this one I can stand on my own when it comes to this and that. But then you can't trust yourself fully.
Why not just trust the Lord?
To be realistic,
Very-
we are in the world. You may trust the Lord to provide food, but you need to go out and work.
guys, this guy forever reminds me of that concept that we are in the world, and actually
Yeah,
we are in the world, and let's be realistic.
yeah,
We are in this world, so you mean you can literally have some percentage of trust in yourself that, man, I can get into this relationship and actually manage it as an individual. Okay, quite interesting, I think.
The key thing is you can trust in the Lord, and we all trust in the Lord,
Mm.
but you have to put out that CV of yours,
Mhm.
and you trust the Lord that will manipulate their minds to see your CV.
This guy goes on and says
Manipulate.
something interesting. He says, companionship is useful too, as is sexual gratification. Woo! But the special thing about a partner is that they know their insight and guidance is always welcome because we are ultimately aiming for the same shared goal of communal happiness. Now, guys, let me drive you to something interesting here. This guy speaks about sexual gratification. You know what that thing means?
They started with companionship.
Companionship is useful too.
Yeah.
As
It comes
is
second.
sexual gratification.
And what's sexual gratification?
As is sexual gratification.
Mhm.
Do you guys know what sexual gratification is? Do you know what this is?
I'm born again. I don't know.
Guys, I happen to just check out the meaning of this word, sexual gratification, and let me read it to you so that you get it clearly. Wikipedia says, sexual gratification means providing sexual arousal or pleasure or appealing to prurient interest, but does not require overt evidence of arousal, such as an erection, vaginal lubrication, ejaculation, or orgasm.
I feel I'm too young for that.
Oh goodness.
I feel I'm too young to talk about it.
But I think guys, just thinking about the whole point of getting a partner, if you ever put your sexual desires or sexual reasons as a priority, then you're actually getting it wrong. That is from my opinion. I feel sex should not be your drive into a relationship. I think that would bring back the issue of lust. Probably that would be maybe you're lusting over someone and not necessarily you really want to have them in a relationship for a while before you get them married to you. It is just merely for the purposes of, it's just lust that is driving you towards that end. Probably could think about whatever he asks at the first point. Companionship is something good that some of us who would want to get into a relationship because we want somebody we can share the ideas we have. We could share them we could share views with them on what we think about various aspects. And that is a thing. So sexual gratification, tusiende your direction. We are still children. I was
One of my favorite pastors says that sex is good, but the way we've been cultured, we've been told like it's a bad thing. And why would you keep a bad thing for your husband? Okay, the way it was communicated before was sex is a bad thing. When you are training up kids, this is a bad thing, this is a bad thing. But then it reached a point like, okay, why is this thing a bad thing? You're keeping it for someone when you are old. Like, no, it's a good thing, but something that needs to be done in a certain context. Yeah, so companionship is good. And if you want to really go into those aspects of that sexual gratification, then I think you might miss it. But again, you just need to know now the goal of getting into that companionship with that person, in the sense that Paul says in, I think, 1 Corinthians 7, speaking as a Christian, that if you don't need to burn in lust or in passion.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, you rather now
Get away.
get a wife and settle all that. Yes. So if it is part of it, you can settle that. And most people will tell you that these things, they will not. The people who have gone into marriage, they'll tell you that these things will not really quench whatever you are going through. Because most people will tell you, like, if you are struggling with masturbation, getting married will not solve the issue. Well, I don't know whether they were struggling and they're still struggling. What is their wisdom coming from?
I think it's saying experience is the best teacher. So I think it's good not to, I think our age in this age group that we are having, we really want to experience things. We really want to see for ourselves. But when you get into them, then we later discover that indeed this was not the case. So if people have gone before us and have told us these things, we would rather take it as a red flag and just avoid them for now, because some of these things end in very weird ways, and it's not good if you are in 7 relationships, 8 relationships ending, and sex one being of them as a contributor to why you are getting into that relationship. I think we need to get this clearly even as we move on. Yep. And
what else did they say?
This guy says, and continues, that makes each of us and each of our goals equally valuable to each other. It also makes any knowledge we could impart to each other essential to share, because keeping each other in the dark makes it harder to reach the best we can find together. I think we have spoken about this statement because I think he's trying to cling it with the first statement. But he says something that I probably would agree to with him. Mutual investment and mutual aid creates a holistic reliance upon each other that is much closer than can be achieved in any other human relationship.
What is investment in the first place? The things we do in the relationship, I don't know what kind of investment he's talking about, but I realize that most people will want to invest in the relationship in terms of financial. You all want to team up, buy a fridge, because you're preparing to get married, etc., etc. But then once you get into the bumps of the relationship or a rough patch of the road, you part ways, and that's the time you think like, and the way I bought that fridge, that whatever, that and that and that. Then that means like you're not doing that for love. You're just doing that for the two of you. It's like a partnership, in business. Business, you do like we come together, we buy this phone, and we're going to use this phone for the business. It's a business because we now go to lawsuits and see who invested more and all that. But relationship, the way it happens, like if you are doing something, do it out of love.
Okay.
So that if God forbid we part ways, it becomes like, well, I gave you this, and I'm not looking back at it. By the time I did it out of love. I bought you a car, I bought you a fridge, I bought you this and that, and I'm not going to look back at it. Yes. It's something that I gave out of love. It's not something that I will ever look back at it. So if you're investing in your emotions, let it be the same. That you'll feel bad, yes, definitely, that this person had broke you.
Yeah.
Or rather you had broke them. So the thing is, the emotional, those are things that you can never recover. But these material things, if you do it for someone, do it out of love. Not really going back and say, hey, and the way you nilifanya hivi na hivi.
Akaniacha tu mse.
Yeah. So those are things that you do. Other things that I personally feel bad is about time. There are things you can never recover.
Yeah, can never recover time.
Yeah.
True.
It comes like, well, I wasted my time, but it's okay. All these other things you can recover.
I think this guy ends up and says, it's anyway so complicated. And do you think relationships are complicated?
Yeah.
Why do you think relationships are complicated?
I don't think that. Because if they were not complicated, it would be there in the first place.
Okay,
No,
we are living.
Tungekuwa tunatry kufigure things out. I think it's the same thing with the Revelation. If you knew these things,
That is
I think
interesting.
it's a bit to struggle and start finding things out.
I think that is what we were talking about yesterday, and somebody complained about my beards. Guys, please, I've waited for these beards for more than 3 years. So if you see me touching my beards continuously, please just allow it. I'm getting used to them. Soon
Yeah,
I'll be having
celebrate
a
with
whole. But anyway, issues of investment and relationships are a priority in these very episodes. Citizens in cars, just having talks with people who have gone before us. Relationships, as they say, are complicated. But yes, Revelation is also complicated. Do you think the revelations in Revelation have been revealed to you, or are you still in the dark waiting for the revelations to happen? Similarly to this topic, do you think relationships are complicated to you, or you are able to manage them out? So this is something you're going to talk about, our purposes in relationships, why get into a relationship, are there people who have gone before us and have been able to walk the journey faithfully? And I mean, how sweet is marriage? Or are we just having these marriages that are breaking in our country right now? There are so many single parents. I'm a medic, and I handle so many single parents, and specifically ladies who are taking care of their kids just alone as a single mother. And we just want to journey this journey as we speak about lifestyle, about love, and about mental health. This is episode 3, guys. See you in our next episode. Adios.